one, I'm going to show you like how is the skill construct of and how can you modify a skill. Okay, so let's go into this part. So after you are installing our AgenticFlow skill in here, and then you will have an AgenticFlow skill like this, and you just enable that, and then you just click on this one, you try in chat, and then just simple, right? And you just enter, and your Claude is going to starting to do something with it. Let's see the documentation. It will read the main documentation. It will build an AI-powered content engine. It will start into writing some workflow JSON. Okay, it's also using MCP as well, or Slack in here. It even like creating a HTML visual guide that helping us to understand and using this workflow. The first topic I would like to talk about is AgenticFlow is now our Amazon Web Service Select tier. And also AgenticFlow is on a qualified software. So that is a lot of work that we put together with Amazon Web Service team. They review our architecture, our like security report. So they are asking us to run their like CIS 3.0. You can search for that. So actually it's scanning all of our server, our load balancing, the architecture to identify for potential security problems. And we passed that. So you can search more about the foundation technical review. So this is more for our enterprise deployment, but also it's supporting for our software as a service version, which is you are using as well, because they also doing the scanning on the current version that we have. So this is very good news for us, because it's going to help us to be qualified for some of the enterprise opportunity that we are chasing, but also it will incorporate the proving that the best practice that we put in AgenticFlow were paid off and have been proven by Amazon Web Service. So I just want to share with you on this part. The second part I would like to share is after getting to the partner, we have the entire internet going down is yesterday, and that is funny. So this is a meme that I found on the internet, but basically what it says is that the entire internet is fragile, and it's saying in here is AWS US East 1. So actually US East 1 is a very big data center that Amazon was hosting. It was in northern of Virginia, and actually it is like hosting about most of the compute cluster. And the issue of this one is that it is interconnected. So even like we are hosting in the US East, and also we have another multi-region in the West as well, but there's some core services that is still rely on the service that underlying on the US East. So that's why you are seeing some issue that intermittent, but that's the price that we pay on the cloud, right? But it's luckily that they are getting this recovered. We are kind of like a small fish in the ocean, but if you notice that a lot of companies impacted, including Canva, Snapchat, and Big Bang as well. But surprisingly, the US of Amazon stock is actually going up. Because just like this downtime is actually reminding people that how powerful they are and how dominant they are in the cloud market. And yeah, that is funny that I would like to share. All right. Yeah, I hope that up until one day I can break the internet on Amazon Web Service, but probably there's some new intern on Amazon. We are having a joke inside our team that say maybe there's some guy that using AI that pushing something to production, and everyone is doing like something meme about that one. But yeah, that is good day of firefighting. We bring it back. I think the good side about this one is this incident is handled quite smooth. Actually, they give it update every like 45 minutes, and also the best thing about this one is there is no data loss, no data overwritten. Because I have been go through this one before with other cloud provider. It takes us months in order to recover the data that have been overwritten. Because if everything is interconnected together, then there is potential that the data from this table is going to overwrite into the other table due to some service and also like the streaming of the services. But this route, AWS is handled it quite well, and we don't have that problem. And I think that is a good sign in the incident. Yeah. All right. So let me move to the next topic. So this is in the middle of the iteration, right? So we are supposed not to share the major update because we are still in cooking. That's why we are going to share some of the real world use case that going to be on the bring memory file system in real world use case. So last week I was introducing the memory file system and we promise you that we will bring you some use case that you can leverage immediately, and it's going to be the LinkedIn post writer, and second one is another is customer support agent. So this is going to be two. But before moving to details, I'm going to announcing some other news. For example, like Claude Haiku 4.5 is here, and this is amazing. So this is the new model that Anthropic just released, and if you are noticed that this is the benchmark of Sonnet 4.5, Haiku 4.5, and Sonnet 4. Sonnet 4 was kind of like a state-of-the-art in the software engineering before. It is scoring 72.7, which is pretty high. But right now, the Haiku model actually is scoring 73.3%. And the most interesting about this one is this model is 3 times cheaper comparing to the Sonnet 4. And this model is training together with the Sonnet 4.5 with this SOTA. And this one is expensive because it's like 22.5 million per token. $29 per million token. So for Sonnet 4.5, it's good for coding and you have so state-of-the-art coding capability. But for us, to building agent and using the model as a brand, you can consider to using Haiku. It is currently supported in PixelML Open Router or your Anthropic or bring your own key. This model is good because it is not only about like software engineering, it also in the Agentic tool use, Agentic terminal coding, and computer use, and so on. So this model is trained together with Sonnet 4.5 in order to driving agent. So I think we found a new best model to drive agent now. So you can consider to have a look, and it is currently available. In here, you can select 4.5 Haiku in the model concept. Alright, after that, I'm going to talking about Anthropic to introduce a Claude Skill, something that's bigger than MCP. And we also introducing the PixelML skill, which is we consolidate the list of the skill and also add our own skill. For example, like this is the notebook LM skill that I found on the internet. I just curated into this folder. This is open source, but I will back to that later. And also more importantly, we are introducing the AgenticFlow Skill. So this is a skill that you can equip to Claude or Claude Code in order to teach us how to operating with AgenticFlow MCP, to operating to create agent, create workflow, or later create multi-agent for you. I will show you after this one. And skill is coming to AgenticFlow Marketplace. This is to cover a lot later. Alright, so this is quite packed on all of the topic that I would like to share today. But I'm going to go back into this key topic, which is we introducing two use case that you can bring memory file system to real life. And this is prepared by Suran, one of our AI solution specialists. And I'm going to place a video so that you can have a look. Okay. I think I have it already here. Let me start in test and let me play this video. And just please let me know if you can hear that. Okay.
Hello everyone. So today I'll be demonstrating a use case of the new memory feature. So this use case is basically using the memory feature to create, using this agent to create LinkedIn posts. So this agent will basically learn from the user's writing style, tone, as well as format after each post it writes. And then after a few posts, it will automatically write in the user's voice without specific prompts. So the agent also using the memory feature, it keeps track of every post it has posted in memory. And this will avoid it like repeating content and keep a record of what it has posted in memory. Okay, so I'll be demonstrating how this is done. So as you can see on my screen, this is the agent. So on the left-hand side, this is the system prompt. So basically the LinkedIn, this post agent is supposed to get better with every iteration by learning from its memory. And then it will have 3 files which it will write to the drive, which is the memory. This LinkedIn post memory instructions is basically the instructions for it on how to write the post. And then it will create 2 separate files. The first one is the style guide for its learn preferences for each user, so it will be personalized for each user. And then also the past post, which, as I mentioned previously, is to keep track of what it has posted to prevent repetition. So I'll just run this post and show you how the agent will create these files and then basically populate it. Okay, so new chat, and then I'll ask it to do a LinkedIn post on the tech industry. So as you can see, it is viewing the files in my memory, and then it is going ahead to create the LinkedIn post. Just give it a moment. So basically, after it's created the post, right, it realized that it doesn't have the post style guide as well as the past post folder because we're starting afresh. So it has created these files. So let's say I want to view these files. I'll just go over to the sidebar. I'll hit drive. Then as you can see, these files are created. So originally, all I had was the memory instructions, which is basically the instructions on how to write the post. So now this agent has created a file to keep track of the past posts, which is this one, which basically asks it to post about tech industry, as you can see, as well as the style guide, which it has learned from my query. So I'll demonstrate more. I'll just write a subsequent post and show you how the agent can update these files. So this one, create a new chat. I will now ask it to post about the taxi industry. So we'll give it a moment to view the files it has created previously. So as you can see, the memory instructions, style guide, and then the past posts. Okay, so you'll write this post, and then after that, it will go ahead and update the style guide as well as the past post. So I'll just show you how the new files are looking like. So as you can see, now the past post is updated. So that's all for this demo. Thank you, everyone.
So thanks, Suran, for this one. So this is quite a very straightforward how you can use a new memory system in order to using file. So your agent will learn from the past interaction or behavior. And so it will storing the post that you is writing yesterday, so it will not repeat, and it learning what you have wrote, your tone, your so on. And because it's in your drive, so you can upload more files that you already have and you teach the agent. And yeah, it's going to get better 1% every day, and it's going to be good. Suren have prepared on the LinkedIn post writer. So the second one I would like to show you is how you can leverage a new memory system on the customer support agent. Okay, so this is going to be this use case. And I'm going to switch into the screen. This is a customer support agent memory demo, also prepared by Suren. I'm going to play this video so that you can have a look.
Hello, everyone. So today I'll be providing you with a use case of our agent memory feature. So basically this use case is creating a customer support agent utilizing the memory feature. So what this agent does is that it answers customer queries while building a knowledge base of all the questions as well as answers that's given to customers. So it also logs common questions, phrasing patterns, and then provides more consistent answers based on what it has answered customers previously. So after a few to and fro like questions as well as answers, it recognizes similar questions instantly by actually looking at its database, which is very convenient. Then on top of that, this agent also has a log which keeps track of every question asked, which actually this can help to create bot documentation automatically for any system. So without further ado, let's get started on the demonstration. So as you can see, this is the customer support bot. So on the left side, this is the system prompt. So basically this customer support bot will have 3 files written to the memory. So the first file is this customer support memory instructions, which is the instructions for the bot to follow to execute its task. So this one, I'll be providing it to you, but basically you have to upload it first to the drive, and then for the files 2 and 3, these will be created as well as updated by the agent automatically. So very easy. So I'll just demonstrate on how to use this agent and how it works. So let's create a new chat. I'll ask this support question a simple question. So basically this is about AgenticFlow, our platform. So I'll just ask it, how do I log in? Very simple question. So as you can see, it'll basically view the database, see if it exists. So since it does not exist, it will create the database as well as the question patterns. And then it will give me the steps to log in to AgenticFlow. So let's go to Drive and view the files it has created. So these are the files it has created. So as you can see, let's go into the database. So it has logged my questions on how do I log in, as well as logged its answers, as well as troubleshooting and all that. Yeah. And then for question patterns, basically this is a log of anything related to the question I have asked. So as I asked about login, so it has logged these related questions for its better reference. So I'll go back to the agent and I'll show you how it can update these files by asking it another question. So this customer support, I'll create a new chat. I'll ask it, create a new chat, ask it, what models do you support on the platform? So as you can see, it views the database again, see if there's this information, views question patterns, and it doesn't have it. So it updates, it gives me the answer of what models are supported, and then it updates the customer support database as well as the question patterns. So once again, let's go back to the drive and show you what it has updated. So in the database, as you can see, now there's a new question. So about the model support is right here. And then on the question patterns, it has also updated basically its database on whatever is related to the next question I've asked, which is about the models. So that's all for this demo. Thank you, everyone.
All right. So this is on the 2 demo that we are proposing. So basically the memory is something that you can let the agent have its own workspace where it can storing the like intermediate file or message or maybe the question pattern so that you can review that later. And we are introducing a new feature where you are going to be able to select a folder for your agent to operate. So basically, you can have like 10 agents. You can have 10 of them working on the same folder. That's okay. Or you can split the folder in your choice, just how you would like to split that. It's just like we are in the company, right? So we have a different team and each team have different project. And then we can have an agent that's going to work on that certain project to do some curation of the data. And I think memory is a concept that I feel that is super powerful. And the more that I use it for my day-to-day use, I realize that I just scratch the surface. So I believe that these 2 use case will help you to have some initial understanding. But I'm going to drop this 2 video and also the material that we create into our Discord channel so that you can have a look. So let me copy this one. I'm going to Discord, paste here, and I set the second one also here as well. And for the file that we have, I'm going to drop these 4 or 5 into here. Alright, so if you go into Discord, you'll be able to see like the Loom video. For this video, we are also going to upload on YouTube as well, so you can have a look. And then for this one, you can have the agent JSON file. You can just download and create that to the agent. So it's very simple like this. So you go into AgenticFlow, you go into agent, you click new agent, you click create from file, and then you just dragging the file that I just create for you here, and then you just import that, and then the agent is going to be created with everything you need to have on this one. And yeah, you can just new chat and starting to use that. And for other file, then you just go here into drive, and then you click upload a file, and then you just uploading the customer instruction. For example, this one is linking post memory instruction that I just shared you. You click upload, it's uploaded successfully. And if you refresh this page, you will see that it's going to be like this one, linking post memory instruction. And you can even like click on this one in order to view what is inside. So basically that is how we using our memory system in order to create agent that's useful, and also using the past behavior in order to driving the improvement of the agent itself. All right, let's move on to the next one that I would like to share. So we can have like next one. So the Haiku I already mentioned. So let's move to the next one. So there's a big news this week. Actually, we're not supposing to release new feature, but this is something new, and that is Anthropic is announcing Claude Skill. It is, from my experience, it is bigger than MCP, and you definitely should to talk about that. Okay, so let me share about that, and I will show you what is Claude Skill. This is what on this one, and let me share this tab instead. So this is just announcing on the 16th of October. So they are introducing Agent Skill. So let me play this video so that you have an idea of what does it mean. Okay, that's amazing, right? So this is a new capability of like Claude, where actually you can using some file in order to teach the agent the capability to do something that much more advanced rather than just using everything in the system prompts. So let's look into the skill in more detail. So what exactly is it and why is it powerful? So let me zoom on this one a bit. So the skill is actually basically a set of files that you will equip to an agent. So let me zoom in on this one a bit more. So the agent is always having the core system prompt, which is the similar one that we have in AgenticFlow on the left hand side. And then right now in the section that a skill that we named that skill before, right? But right now Claude and Anthropic just using that name. So right now we are going to add one more skill. So it's example like BigQuery, Docs, PDF, PPTX, Excel, or even like some special skill like NDA review and so on. So basically, these are some specialized skill, or in another word, we can say it like an SOP, the standard operating procedure, where we describing something that need to be done in a certain way. So for example, like you tell to your agent, just imagine an agent is like an intern that very smart, but don't know how to do things. So this skill is actually allowing you to describe the task, for example, NDA review, into a skill.md. So it's kind of like a file that you describe to the agent. What does that mean by doing an NDA review? And it is just not limited into this file, because you can enclose some other files as well. So for example, like in this skill of the PDF, it will having other like form.md, reference.md, and extractfield.py. So this is mean in the skill.md is like the job description. So what you can use this skill to do. But when you zoom in detail, for example, like step number 1, if you would like to filling a form, then instead of like we put everything into skill.md, it's going to be overloading the agent, and it will start to messy. It cannot do it itself as well, and we are limited by our ability to describe in a system prompt, which is the core system prompt. But if we are split that capability into a form.md, so it's kind of like you describing the step to filling a form in this step, so that you can reusing that. And in the other part, which is you can put some other reference, or you can put some example, or even you can put some code execution file as well, like the Python file, or you can do some library as well. So this is very powerful capability packed in a very simple way that anyone, regardless of your level in coding, can use. So you can use a skill with only one file, which is skill.md you describe, or if you are more advanced, you can even ask it to writing code in order to do this one. Yeah. So let me show you. I mean, this is going to be a bit like high level concept, but what you can enable that by going to your Claude and then going to capability, and then you enable the skill. So for example, in here, I already create a AgenticFlow skill. I upload here and I enable that. And for example, if I try with some other skill, I can do some interesting things like that. So in order to show everyone what does that mean and so on, I'm going to show you by going to my Claude. Okay, I will share to this tab. So this is my Claude account, and then this is what I'm going to say. I say, hey Claude, I just add an, maybe let me start from here. So you go into this area, then you go into setting, and then you go into capability, and then you scroll down. If you are not yet enable this code execution and file creation, then your skill might not show up. So you need to enable that. And then they already have some of the skill that are already built in here. You just click to switch on those. So for example, I enable this automatic add already, and I just click on this 3 dot, and I click try in chat. And it's basically going to open Claude, and then I will just click on this one. And Claude is going to viewing the instruction that I already provide to it in the file. And then it will starting to do some of the viewer.html file. So which means there's some example. Later, I'm going to show you when we are looking into this algorithmic art and so on. And it will start with you writing some things on this part. Yeah, it will take a while. So let me go into Discord. Yeah, while we are waiting for the Claude to using this new skill, you can ask me any question. Yes, of course. So I'm going to show you, and also we also open source this AgenticFlow skill so that you can download the zip file and also upload to your Claude as well. So just right after this one. All right, let me see what this is doing. So it is creating a algorithmic art on this part. It take a while. Let's wait a bit. I think this skill is taking a lot of code. It's done already. Okay, that looked interesting, right? So basically is the skill is something like we are compacting the prompt into a template and give some example so that later when we would like to trigger it, we just say, hey, can you using that skill? And this is creating something that's quite amazing, right? Maybe let me put in more like energy agent put in here. And the complexity, let's do lower a bit. And velocity, let's do speed up. And let's do reset. Okay. Okay. Increasing. Wow. Yeah. So that is how you using a skill. And let's look into the AgenticFlow skill first, and then later after this one, I'm going to show you like how is the skill construct of and how can you modify a skill. Okay, so let's go into this part. So after you are installing our AgenticFlow skill in here, and then you will have an AgenticFlow skill like this, and you just enable that, and then you just click on this one, you try in chat, and then just simple, right? And you just enter, and your Claude is going to starting to do something with it. Let's see the documentation. It will read the main documentation. It will build an AI-powered content engine. It will start into writing some workflow JSON. Okay, it's also using MCP as well, or Slack in here. It even like creating a HTML visual guide that helping us to understand and using this workflow. I don't think that I asking for this one, but this is interesting to see that Claude is trying to illustrate on this one. While waiting, let's go into Discord. So let me answer the question from Bijou. Are these skills stored inside Claude, or can we store in AgenticFlow and link them inside Claude for Claude to refer to our skill from AgenticFlow? If they store regular format? Yeah. So let me come back into this AI content management engine first, and then come back to you on this question. Okay. So on this one, we can see that this is a web page that is explained to us what is an AI content marketing engine look like, and more importantly, it is going to show us the workflow that it had been created just before this one. So it's going to be like, is it this one? Yeah, this one. So this is the workflow that is already created, and then you can download this one, and then it will show into the AgenticFlow. And this is actually the one that we are currently using is the agent that I was trying to create. And this is like a first version of our AgenticFlow skill. But I think the second version of our AgenticFlow skill is much more powerful already. And then you can have a try when you are following our instruction to download the skill. So let me go back into this one. So this skill from Claude is actually something that new, and we are going to using this one and in order to empower our agent in order to have a skill. So there's two ways, right? So firstly, we are going to have a PixelML skill. So this is an open source repository. Go in this one, github.com, PixelML and /skill. You can go into this one, paste here. And in here, you will see that all of the skill that I just mentioned, including the algorithmic art and also the new other skills that we have in here. So if you go and look into the algorithmic art, it consists of very simple file. So it just consists of a one skill.md where it's going to describing what this skill is doing, and also all of the information that necessary, and also it providing some template for the agent to understand how is it to integrate. It having some of JavaScript template, and that is pretty straightforward. And in the this one, so we are forked from the Anthropic, but we are also adding something new as well. So for example, we are adding a notebook LM. This is an open source skill that from another guy. We just consolidate here. It will allow you to control your notebook LM from Claude Code. This one is only working for Claude Code because it's using a web UI browser, but it's an interesting thing to do on this part. And how you can using a skill is pretty straightforward. So I'm going to show you how you do it. Okay, because we are releasing an AgenticFlow skill, which is also open source, that you can access from here, github.com and PixelML and AgenticFlow skill. You can go into this tab, you paste here, and then you have the access to our entire AgenticFlow. We will continue to update this repository. If you have time, please give us some star. So basically, you can go here. If you are not technical, you just need to download this zip file to your computer and then go into Claude. In this part, you go to setting and you go to capability. You go into upload a skill and then drag the zip file that you just download from AgenticFlow to here, and then you will have the AgenticFlow skill, and that's it. And if you are more technical side, you can download the repository, and then you can ask Claude Code or some other agent to modify it in a way that it is useful. So in this repository, we are giving quite clear instruction about like what is AgenticFlow, what are the features of this skill, and what is the quick start and how you set it up. So you're going to go into this one. So there will be two sections for Claude Code user and for Claude.ai user. So Claude Code is quite technical, so I will not cover it in today's code. But in Claude.ai user, you just add into by two steps. Just add the connector. So firstly, you need to add AgenticFlow MCP connector first, because this is how you are going to talk to the allowing Claude to talk to AgenticFlow via AgenticFlow MCP, so that it can like create workflow on your behalf, create agent on your behalf, or fetching the list of the tool or node available, or fetching the MCP available. So that is step number one, which is quite important. The second one is upload a skill. So just download a zip file, go into setting and capability, click on the skill section, click upload, and select the download the zip and just toggle it on. So basically two steps for Claude.ai user. So if you going down in here, and I have some picture, so how you will set it up. So for example, you go in so for step one, right, to add custom connector, you go into Claude.ai, you go to connector, you click add custom connector. In here, there will be a form that's going to show you like this is AgenticFlow MCP, and you enter in this URL mcp.agenticflow.ai/mcp. So that is how you add a custom connector. It will prompt you to a website where you need to sign in with your account, and you need to select the workspace with some permission. And after that, this AgenticFlow MCP is going to turn into this one. It means you are successfully connected AgenticFlow to Claude by this one. And after this one, then you are just uploading the skill of AgenticFlow and enable that, and click try in chat. And then that's submit it, and you will have experience what I just did. And then we will continuously updating the skill in order to make it more useful. So eventually, Claude will be able to acting as an agent that can help you to navigate through the all of the connector or the node or the MCP action in AgenticFlow, and it can help you to be workflow agent and later multi-agent. So I believe that right now the information that in AI is so fast, and we as human might be not able to catch up with everything. But if we have Claude or similar like other copilot, we can just using the skill and also the AgenticFlow MCP to help you to build what you need on that. Okay, so I hope that this is useful. So I'm going to drop these two repository into Discord so that you can have a look. So this is the first one, and the second one is AgenticFlow Skill. You can find both these two repository in Discord, and then you just follow the instruction to set it up, and perhaps that you can using this one to help you to build workflow and agent. All right, so let me come back to the question from Bijou. Are these skill storage inside Claude, or can we store in AgenticFlow to inside and using other skill from AgenticFlow? So firstly, this skill is going to be storage inside Claude in order for it to use. So you need to upload into this one in order to help Claude to use all of this skill. But for us, what we are going to do is that we will allowing all of the agent. So what we are planning to do is skill is coming into AgenticFlow, and we are extending the capability. So the current only Cloud.ai or Claude Code can use skills. What we are doing is that every agent on AgenticFlow can use skill. So this is going to be super powerful, because what you can do with it, you can have an agent that take the query from customer and provide what in and export it to PDF and send to customer. That's it. So you just need to develop a skill that will allowing your agent that you deploy on your website or your e-commerce website. This agent is going to handle the customer inquiries, and it will follow a standard SOP that you defined before in order to gather information, searching the product catalog, and then creating a quote, export to a PDF, and even send them directly. So that is super powerful. It extends to the capability of this one a lot, because Claude is for one people to use. For AgenticFlow, for many people to use, because the agent in AgenticFlow can be embedded to your website, to like thousands of your customer can use. And you, for the work that perhaps that normally you have to do yourself, think about that. If you can create a skill and equip to an agent and then put that agent to the front facing, what can it do? So think about it in this way. And it's going to be in this section. You go into agent, and if you go into this one, we will add one more section in here where is the skill, where you can just click and then you just select the list of skill that we are already provide. Or you can also upload a new skill that you can create somewhere offline in your environment, and then you can start to use that. And you can publishing this agent with skill to websites, Shopify, WordPress, and so on and so on. So that is the combination that we think that AgenticFlow can help. And there's one more super important. So in here is limit to Claude models. So it can be Sonnet 4.5 or Haiku 4.5. But in here, all models can use. So you have GPT-5 to use skill. You can have Gemini to use skill. You can have DeepSeek to use skill. And what does that mean? It's cheaper. For example, like in here, in Claude, it can be like a lot of dollar, but in here, it's much cheaper and faster. And you can switch between different model. You can find what is the best model to driving this one. And then you can pack that into multi-agent system as well, because each of the agent right now is specialized already. And when you pack them into a team, they can do things that's much bigger. Okay. So let me show you, let me come back into Discord first if you have any question. I like to use Claude Desktop. Would it be better off using Claude Code in order to advance? Or, so we can contribute into two. I think Claude.ai and Claude Desktop should similarly having the same functionality. I don't have that yet. I haven't tested yet, but they supposed to have the same. but it should be the same. You can go into website, and I think eventually Anthropic will allow you to upload a capability on skill on the website. That is something that pretty straightforward. And yeah, there's one more thing that I would like to show with everyone is that wait, let me go into this one. I'm going to share my code base. I will stop sharing screen. I'm going to the windows of my code. Okay. Yep. And on Discord, let me add one more screen. So you should see my code editor in here. So basically in a skill, there will be a skill.md file like this. And then there will be some template skill. And if you are downloading our repository of like PixelML skill, you will have all of these one available. And if you have an agent that doing coding capability to you, then you can ask it to modify a skill for you. So for example, like use this skill, help me to create a new skill for my PixelML brand. You can use this skill template as example. So you can using, for example, like this brand guideline. Okay. Yep. So I can asking some coding agent to help me to create the new skill in here. And then based on this one, I can have a zip file of my skill. For example, this one is AgenticFlow.zip, and I can upload that back into Claude.ai in order to make the good use of that. And eventually, because AgenticFlow is going to support skill as well, so you can upload your skill to AgenticFlow, and then you can equip that to any of the agent. So it is becoming a closed loop already, where you can have AI in order to improve skill that is going to be like improve the other AI. Okay, so as you can see in here, Claude Code is asking me some question. So what is PixelML? Okay, PixelML is a company brand, and I submit an answer. So it will starting to building this new PixelML brand skill for me. And yeah, well, why I'm talking to you? Okay, it's going to ask some question. What are the official brand color? Just using technology. Just sans serif is okay. Submit an answer. It's going to creating a skill for my PixelML brand. Just wait a second. It's going to finishing this one, and I will upload this skill into Claude, and you will see that how easy is it for us to creating new skill. All right. Yeah, I will just allow all. It take a bit of time for that to creating a new skill, and yeah. Okay. It is creating a skill that named PixelML brand. So let me click here. Let me find that skill. Okay. So this is a PixelML skill. So let me click on this skill.md, and then I click on this one. I preview. So this is a brand style guide. It gives me my primary color and neutral feature and so on. Okay. And it putting some of the reference on color reference, or some of the asset or some script in here as well. And let's see what is the agent is doing. Okay, it even coming up with a typography guide for me. Okay, it coming up with a layout principle, like what is the brand. Wow. So with this one, actually I can send to my designer in order to help him to verify this brand guideline. And if it's working already, then actually from future we can just using this skill in order to creating some of the corporate material. Okay, so it will creating a script, and then okay, it even creating some script for brand color palette. Okay, that is interesting. So it is writing some code, so that is going to show like what is a brand color. That is getting more interesting. Okay. So after building this, all of the structure, it's going to complete the final to-do in order to verify this one is working or not. Okay. It's creating a zip file for me. That's interesting, right? So let me reveal this one in a folder. Okay. So after we are having this one, the skill that I just create, I just click on upload skill, and I go into Pixel brand, I just drag here, and then you will see, okay, it cannot contain nested zip file. Okay, let me see what is in the zip file. Okay, so, yep, invalid zip file. Why? Okay, let me delete this one. Let me zip it again, compress. Yep, so I zip it already. So the Pixel brand here, and I click change chat, and I click enter. Okay, so it will read my documentation on this part, and it will starting to work on this one, and it will understand what is my branding visual identity. And then I'm going to creating some of the, okay, where AI model performance dashboard with smooth animation to full pixel color palette. It come up with something like a dashboard using my brand guideline. So that is interesting. So this is how you can just using some tool like Claude Code or some of the code editing agent in order to creating a skill. It is very easy actually. I just make one in like 5 minutes or so, and you can easily to using our skill repository. You will find how to do it, and also you can also download the AgenticFlow Skill, which is the one that we will continue to improve in the further stage. Okay, so it's finished. So let me see what Claude come back with. All right, this is interesting. I think the color is getting dry. So yeah, that is how you use this. So let me come back into this tab. So skill is coming to AgenticFlow Marketplace. So this is our new design for the marketplace where we can have the workforce, agent, and workflow. We will add one more section for skill as well. So that basically you can browsing and discover what skill available. You no longer need go into like GitHub and download and upload and so on. So that is something that we would like you to do. And then just like in the mastery, when he download a Kung Fu skill, right? So we would like to make it easy so that you can just go into here, you download, and you just download the skill to your agent, and then the agent will just automatically having that skill in order to do certain things, including like whatever that currently we already have, the PDF skill or algorithmic skill and so on. But furthermore, this skill is going to be discoverable in the marketplace and filterable as well, and we will allowing some of the like partner that power user to submit your skill or your agent, and perhaps we even like enable you to name a price for that. So how that it will be generating for you a new way in order to monetize your expertise as well. So yeah, I think that's it for today. So just to recap again, what we are introducing. So we are having the new tier, and we are qualified software. We bring you 2 demo for memory file system, including linking post and customer support agent. Thanks to Ren to preparing this. We're introducing the new Haiku 4.5, and also we are introducing the Claude Skill, how you use that in Claude. And we are introducing the list of like pixel skill that we created with some of the special skill like notebook LM or AgenticFlow skill that you can browse and use it. And I also demonstrate to you how you can create a skill very easily. And finally, skill is coming to AgenticFlow Marketplace in early November. And I hope that this is something that you can be benefit of. Okay. All right, so I think that's also bring me into the end of the office hours today. And thanks for staying until the very end. And I hope that you find something that's useful, especially for the system of the memory that Suren have been provided. Yeah, and wait. So I think I have an answer to the second part of the question from Azure. So for the drive, it is meaning for file system only. And for the library, so these are the ones that have been like embedded with vectorized asset. So these two are totally different, and your agent can use both. If they want to using file, they just enable file system and prompt to use. If they would like to using knowledge itself, then they can just using the knowledge. So these two between knowledge and memory, they are totally separating concept, and will be still given as a same approach. Okay. Right. So, right. Good. So thanks for staying, and I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Have a good day. Bye bye.